Hey, my people, it's time to realize that we've been bamboozled. We all know about the Democratic Slave Party, the party that wanted to keep the slavery thing going, you know what I'm saying? Check this out.
There are no political saviors. Did I say that too loud? Did I say it too fast? There are no political saviors. It's an election year. There are no political saviors. Donald Trump's not a political savior. Kamala Harris is not a political savior. But here's what I find fascinating. I'm going to use this language, and I know people are going to be offended because they're political. I'm talking about this as a historical, something you've never thought about, that the Democratic Slave Party. Say, Myron, you called them the Democratic Slave Party. That's right, because the Democratic Party was the party in the South. It used to be called the Democratic South. It was the party that perpetuated slavery in the United States of America. And they wanted black slaves. Now they want everybody to be their slaves. I know, I get it. I'll talk about the Republicans in a minute. Right now I'm talking about the Democrats. Because they want to have the right to own our children and do with our children what they wish without our permission as parents. That's a government that's too big. They want to give special rights to people who are wrong, and they want to enslave everybody. And then they want to raise taxes from hardworking people to pay for all of their policies and all the stuff they want to give away. They don't want to give their own stuff away. They don't have any stuff except the stuff they took.
They're still doing the same thing to this day. Same thing. Nothing different. They put the slave chains around our mind. Took them up around our feet, hands, wrists, and put them around our minds. That has a lot to do with why we can't get out of the past, because we're still stuck in the past, because we're still stuck with the old Democratic ways. They just got better at hiding their ways. You know what I'm saying? Using your emotions to keep going with their ways. It's time to realize, man, we've been bamboozled. Instead of realizing the truth, you know what my people gonna do? They're gonna get in these comments and talk mad trash to me. Because I'm telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? And they always throwing that Malcolm X video around, you know, talking about Master, we sick. You know, man, the way I look at it, it's really the people that don't want to look past the Democratic Party and blaming everything on, you know, whatever. Picture this. A lot of black people running away from the slavery plantation, which is the Democratic Party. They're not seeing that they're still enslaved. You know what I'm saying? So when we try to tell them to free their mind, we're still in slavery under the Democratic Party, they'll tell you to go to hell. They'll be wanting to fight you. They'll be ready to disown you because of that, man. Now, what kind of shit is that? And all through history, it's been the Republicans that's doing the right thing by our people. You know what I'm saying? It's time to just realize, man, we've been bamboozled. And another thing, y'all say the Republicans and the Democratic Party is the same, right? The Democratic Party wanted to keep slavery alive. The Republicans did it. Now, you gotta be a fool to think that the Democratic Party of back then is not the Democratic Party right now. You can't tell me that. All of these old people is still there everywhere in the government. They two wings on the same bird, right? Everybody is going against Trump. And we all done opened up the truth about what Trump really did for black people. If you don't want to accept it, that's on you. But the point is, this is two wings on the same bird. Okay? Why in the hell now do they want Trump out of office, not even back in office, even going as far as making it active for the U.S. military to use deadly force on the American people if Trump wins? Although Kamala Harris just said that Trump is trying to turn the military against the American people. but they just activated this on the 27th of September, making it legal for the United States military to use deadly force on American citizens on American soil. If Trump was on their team, they wouldn't be doing all this, bro. They wouldn't be trying to set him up and put him in prison after all the other shit that these other politicians are doing. You mean to tell me they want to go after him and he's supposed to be the racist? And he's supposed to be, come on people, and he's supposed to be the racist? Just realize and admit that you know the truth now and you've been bamboozled. And we need to take America back, because whoever's running this country for real is not American. Infiltration, we've been infiltrated, and you gotta be able to see that by now. Don't be silly on purpose. Now, if you don't know, you don't know. But don't be silly on purpose, people. Just because you are afraid of how somebody's gonna look at you or think what somebody's gonna think about you. You gotta use your own brain. Don't let them use it for you. Instead of coming in my comment section, talking down on what I'm talking about and telling you the truth and trying to make you see that you're still on a plantation, that ain't good. So we need to really look at this and see what's going on, because this is a spiritual battle that we're heading into. They're saying that if Trump wins this election,
Donald Trump wins, they will move to disqualify him through Congress, invoke civil war conditions, and tell the Trump hordes that Donald Trump is disqualified and not allowed to be president.
So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025 to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified, and then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring that back to life, even as we're continuing to amend the Constitution, as Professor Hassan has invited us to do.
What a wild thing to say to a group of people so casually, that we will need bodyguards for everyone's civil war conditions. What he is saying, that if Donald Trump wins on January 6th, they must stop him from taking office.
They're gonna set up as if it will be a civil war. So on November the 5th or the 4th or the 5th, after the 5th, our lives might change forever. I'm gonna pray on it, because I know what's going on. A lot of people know what's going on. Some people act like they don't know what's going on, but like I said, don't be silly on purpose, people. Don't be silly on purpose. All right, man, it's your boy Mitch, man. You tune in to Outspoken, man. Make sure y'all like, follow for more in the future. Until next time, keep it real with yourself and with others.